Good evening, lady and gentlemen.
Howdy.
Okay, sorry, my mouth is full. So, I am Melissa Dockery. I feel like my mouth is muffled. Alright, I'm Melissa Dockery. I'm the Safety and Operations Manager for Combined Transport and Blackwell Consolidation, all the same team, right? So, I volunteered this week to do the roundtable because of some personnel issues, so I like to start off the meeting by letting you guys know that this is recorded live and that other drivers and sometimes vendors will listen in live, or they'll listen to the recordings that we put on Facebook and on our website afterwards. So we kind of use this platform as a venue to tell you the current happenings. It's kind of like a company newsletter type of meeting, right? And I do like it to be a roundtable discussion, so I do encourage participation. I won't be picking on that guy in the corner over there, though. But I do want to go around and, for the listeners and as a refresher for me, tell me your name, what division you're going into, and how long you've been here. And it doesn't matter if you've been here one day or a million years, everybody has something to contribute. So let's get you out of the way.
My name is Mindy Mitchell. I am a return employee from Blackwell going into Combined. I'm going to be doing the Walmart lane out of Chehalis.
The Hermiston lane?
Well, it's technically Hermiston, but we're running out of Chehalis.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. All right. And you, sir?
Yeah, I'm Antonio Stillwell, a new hire. I also will be running out of the technically Hermiston, but Chehalis Lane for Walmart.
Yeah.
And I've been here 3 days.
All right. Awesome.
Daniel Carter, new hire. I'm gonna be running glass,
That's great. You're going OTR?
OTR.
Awesome. If you like a challenge, that's the right division to go into. You, sir? Sorry.
Andrew Shelley, new hire, 3 days, RDM.
Okay. You over there in the corner, sir? Name?
I'm Steve, I've been here 6 years.
And what division are you in?
Oh, FAK.
FAK. All right.
Sean McGee, OTR Glass, and returning to the family.
I thought that was you. Every time I see you, you're so covered up, and I wasn't for sure if that was you
with
when
the
you came
mask?
into the office.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I got COVID in December, so I
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, totally get it. Yeah.
Keith, Blackwell, dedicated weed water, been here 3 years.
Wow, 3 years already.
Yep, just had my 3-year anniversary.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Yep.
And you, sir?
Michael Moore, Crystal Geyser dedicated. Same thing he's doing Blackwell.
All right.
Yeah, I've been here, new hire, so just a couple days.
Just a couple of days. All right. And then, you have your mouth full. So I have been here for 8 years, as of last month. I think I told you guys that in our meeting, but for the listeners, Randy, once your mouth isn't full, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Spit flex all over the table. Mine's Randy. I've been here 19 years or so, and heavy haul driving. I've taught a couple of classes, glass, flatbed. I'm currently flatbed instructor / orientator,
Yes.
as most of y'all know.
So tonight I'm a little unprepared because I got called over here to cover due to personnel issues, so I don't have my little printout or anything, so I'm gonna shoot from the hip. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself and how I came to be at Combined Transport. So my husband was a truck driver and he drove for Cross Creek. Cross Creek later became Blackwell Consolidation. Combined bought out Blackwell. And he was an angry truck driver. He was not a happy guy, and Cross Creek, when they sold the company to somebody who ran it into the ground, it got to the point to where they were siphoning fuel out of each other's trucks in order to make pickup and delivery, and then paychecks were bouncing, and it was a really bad deal. And then Combined Transport came along, and we were like, who are these people, right? So after a while, my husband was a happy truck driver. and he said that he felt like he was part of a team. Are you going to join us? Okay.
He's done.
Okay, so, he felt like he was part of a family, part of a team, and, at the time, I was doing bookkeeping for several different businesses in Grants Pass, and I was really struggling to make a career. You know, unfortunately, when you do the books for small businesses, you see how financially unstable they are. And I wanted a career where I could have 401k, I could feel a part of a team, I had stability. And so I applied to combined transport because my husband was so happy. I applied for the accounts payable position and did not get the job. So, but as I was driving home after being informed that I did not get the job, I was called back by the general manager. And, you know, he wanted me to kind of go from department to department and see how I could improve things and stuff like that. And so I really thought that accounting was my passion. I thought I loved numbers. I thought that's what I was gonna do with the rest of my life. So I took a leap of faith and I accepted the position. I started out in partner carrier development, and that's just basically brokering to outside carriers. And I was there for 3 months, dying slowly. And I was just about to quit because I was like, I can't do this. Cold calling all day long, talking to little mom and pop outside carriers, you know, was really difficult for me. And then just as I was about to quit, a position came open in driver services. Driver services was a lot different back then. So it was split up into 3 different departments. There was, I think it's 3. So there was driver services, which is the driver advocate for you guys, right? And then there was our OTR maintenance department and then our logs department. Well, I became the driver services administrator for quite some time, and then, you know, the drivers, they were tired of being bounced around from department to department to get something resolved. So we decided to combine all of those departments and make it a one-stop shop for you guys. So I became the manager of driver services, and I did that for about 5 years. And then 2 years ago, this month, I was promoted to the safety and operations manager. So I got quite a bit of experience in the company, but I'll tell you, I came here with no prior knowledge of the industry except for my husband driving. I went on one trip with him to an onion plant, and we got stuck there for about 8 hours, and on the way home, we were in whiteout blizzard conditions, and back then, you know, they ran double logbooks and all of that, so we were dodging scales in whiteout conditions, and I couldn't see where the road was, where the side of the road was, where the sky was, and it scared the living crap out of me. So I didn't go back out on the truck with him, but I did have a newfound appreciation for truck drivers. So I do try to use, you know, my experience with being a spouse of a driver and the experience that I had going out with him. I try to utilize that with you guys, you know, to know what you guys go through and the sacrifices that you guys make being away from your families. And I mean, you get paid to travel a country, but it's not an easy job. It is not. There's a lot of regulations, and the regulations keep getting strong, you know, more strict, and it's hard, you know. So I appreciate each and every one of you every single day. I got some housekeeping stuff that some of the managers have asked me to go over. So with the Delta variant getting, you know, spreading faster than, you know, when the pandemic originally came about, customers are re-implementing COVID policies, and they are asking you guys to wear masks when on site, whether you're outside or inside. Not every customer is doing that, but we do ask that you abide by the customer's rules when you are there. So if a mask is required, then please put on your mask. Don't make it a political thing or anything like that. It's just their safety policies, and we gotta represent the company in a positive light and respect their policies, right? So we've had a couple of instances lately where drivers refuse to wear their masks on customer property, and it's really important that we take pride in what we do and that we show the customers that we are flexible and that we're willing to do what it takes to get their freight moved, right? So you guys are the first line of defense out there, you guys see it. Okay, so the other thing is that, Candy, our fleet manager, has asked me to mention that we really appreciate your patience while we have, a shortage of staff. We have a lot of personnel issues right now as far as staff being out and being short-staffed. So, I mean, I came over today to help out because we're so short-staffed. So please be patient. Things are a little scrambled right now, and it's not usually like this, but we will get back to where we're supposed to be, okay? So just be patient. Like the truck assignments today, those were not usually how it goes down, so, okay. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, I already went over how you guys can help the company save money and stuff, huh? In my little spiel, so I won't go over that again, I usually do, but I don't wanna bore you guys. Something I do wanna talk about is Workhound. Have you heard of Workhound?
I have.
Okay. Have you heard about Workhound?
I've already done it twice.
You have?
Last week,
Awesome.
And I got another one today.
Awesome. Well, actually, that's not the survey, that's just kinda circling back, letting you know that we've heard
Yeah, I've
you.
used it, it's real easy to use.
Super simple. So, Jason and I put our heads together. You know, hiring is really down right now. This is actually the largest class that we've had in quite a while. There's a severe driver shortage right now, so thank you for choosing combined transport. But with hiring being so down, and all the time, really, we really need to be focusing on driver retention, right? How do we keep the drivers that we have? So, I know a lot of drivers have the mentality that they really don't wanna tell you exactly how they feel because they're worried about repercussions or losing their jobs or having a target on their back, you know. And although that's not the case here, we don't operate like that, I understand that feeling. So, we partnered with Workhound, and it's a survey company, and I wanna hear what you guys have to say. It truly is anonymous, I give you my word, all we see, cause it filters through the company Workhound, right? And then it comes into a portal for Jason and I to look at, and all we see are what's called tags, okay? And our tags are heavy haul, glass, reefer, and general commodities. So all we know is what division you're from. We don't know anything else. And so please feel free to put the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then our heart of what we wanna do with it is we wanna share your feedback and your comments with the other managers and with Mike Card, so that it holds weight, you know, cause feedback coming directly from you guys is different than me going to Mike or somebody else and saying, hey, this driver said this, right? Cause at some point it becomes white noise coming from me, so I felt that it was important that the feedback came from you guys directly. And then what we wanna do is we wanna come up with solutions to the issues, and so far, we've heard communication issues, we've heard layover and detention issues, delays in getting that. Let's see, the parking situation here in the yard was another thing. But those were, and then equipment, everybody wants their trucks turned up. So,
But
those.
I know there's a reason behind that.
There is reasons behind it, but I do understand the concern because when you guys are back east and the speed limit's 70, it's really difficult when you're, you know.
70, 80.
Yeah, 70, 80,
We're
so
fighting on
I
it.
completely understand that. Mike Card does have his, reasons why, and the biggest one is fuel economy, right? It saves us a lot of money, so, but I will be pitching that to Mike Card and the powers that be, yes.
I don't know if this is true or not, this is something I heard from a previous company, the reason they kept their trucks at 65 is because insurance, if they kept it at 65, would give a little bit more of a discount, but if they went above 65, the insurances wouldn't give them, so they give them a little bit of a better rate if they kept it at 65, even though we were going to other states that were faster. I can understand fuel economy, saves, and stuff like that, I just wanted to remember from my previous company, I heard that they got a little bit better deal than the insurance if they kept it at 65.
That's a really good point, and I honestly don't know if that is the case or not. I do know. I do know
It's a little bit of everything, but I
Yeah.
think, that's why I didn't know how you guys, that was just one thing they were telling us.
Yeah.
The insurance gave them a better rate if they stayed, because they're
Right.
based, like us, where they're based in Oregon, so they get a little bit of better rate if they actually stay at 65.
Sure. Well, and let's be honest, you know, if the trucks are governed, it's less chance for more CSA violations because of speeding and whatnot. So there's a couple of really good reasons why, but it was one of it was on the top 5 list of comments. So I just wanna encourage you guys, whether you've been here for 3 days or you're a return driver or whether you've been here for 19 years, we wanna hear your feedback, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and there were a lot of really good, thoughtful comments, you know, and I appreciated that. So I've already sent those comments out to the managers, and we're already working on some solutions, yes.
How do we access work count?
So, good question. I'm sorry that I forgot that. So every Monday, WorkHound will send a text message to you through us, right? And it'll ask you to click a link, and so I'll send out another flyer with that text number, that way you know that the link is safe. And you click on the link and it's gonna ask you to rate us from 1 to 10, and you just hit whatever number that is, and then it says, okay, we wanna hear the good, the bad, and the ugly, and then it's a free form message. So it's not a survey with
It's
specific
usually like
questions.
1, maybe 2 questions, they don't overwhelm it with a bunch of them, they just do a little bit each week, so they spread it out.
Right,
There's nothing
and I didn't
more.
want it to be specific questions like, what do you think about pay? Because I don't want to prompt the drivers, you know, I wanna know what you guys feel like. I don't wanna know what we think we wanna hear, I wanna know what you
I don't
wanna
have to
tell
worry about
us.
that, mine's already, the question was already
Yeah.
answered by that, starting next month.
So every Monday, a text message will come out, you click the link and that's what you do, and then every Friday, another text message will be sent out, kinda circling back with you guys, letting you know that we heard you, and then once we get the ball rolling, it'll be, this is what we're doing about what we've heard. So, it's just, it's another tool to use for driver retention and for you guys to have a voice without being worried. So, what do you think about that? Do you think that's a good idea?
Yes?
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Alright, I was a little torn, and we did receive comments like, it's not anonymous and stuff like that, but I swear it
Yeah,
is.
it's what I'm saying, the only person that sees our personal information is WorkHound, or what they get, it's just the comments that you
Yeah.
make, that's all they get.
Exactly. So anyways, I really wanted to touch on that for you guys, so that hopefully on Monday you guys will provide some feedback, and for the listeners who think that it's not anonymous, it is. So, what time is it, Randy?
432.
4:32. Alright, well, I already gave you guys my spiel on how you guys can save money, and how you guys can be more safe out on the road, and I don't wanna be repeat the parrot. Yes?
Yeah, the one thing I know, I don't know if they went over with the new hires, but this is something that went through me for the mechanics. If there's minor stuff that you can fix yourself, that saves the time of you having to go to the shop, the lights, just any little minor stuff. That you
Absolutely.
can major there, but the minor stuff, that's where it can really save you. The money you save is money that's back, they're putting back into your pocket,
Yeah.
with raises later on.
Yeah, exactly.
So I wanna, something that Keith said, WorkHound, from what I understand, does not get anybody's information. They have our phone numbers that we've given them that are drivers' numbers. They don't get feedback on who gave feedback any more than we do. So when they get a response, it doesn't say that Keith responded with this and then they forward it to us. It's as anonymous to the people that are collecting it as it is to us. So-
Yeah. And we do have the option in the WorkHound portal, we just push a button, and so say you have an insurance problem or something, right? And you mentioned that in your comment. Well, we can't fix your insurance problem fleet-wide in a blanket type of way, right? So we can push a button and ask you if you'd like to reveal yourself so that we can help you with this issue. And you can say yes and you can say no. If you say yes, it sends me an email with who it is, and then I can reach out to you to try and fix the issue. So, but that is the only exception to it being anonymous, and it's still in your guys' hands. So, I was really trying to think of a way to do something different to see what are the drivers thinking and what are they talking about out there, you know? Even drivers that leave, you know, a lot of them say, well, I've got personal issues, or or whatever, but then 2 days later, we get a job verification from another trucking company, so obviously we have failed that driver in some way, you know? And like I told you guys when you came in, training seems really great. I hear from a lot of drivers that they're like, wow, this company is super great, like, and they're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Well, we are a flawed company, we are human, we make mistakes, but what I think sets us apart from other companies is that we own our mistakes, we learn from them, and then we apologize for it and we move on. And that's really important, and that's the expectation that we have for you guys as well. You know, you make a mistake out there, great, own up to it, and then we move on. Just don't continue to make the same mistakes over and over again, right? I tell everybody, you get out what you put in anywhere you go, but especially at combined transport. If you are the type of driver that sleeps through your alarm every day, you don't make on-time pickups and deliveries, you don't take care of your equipment, you don't communicate, you're not gonna make it here. You're just not. But if you're the type of driver that takes pride in what you do, you take care of your equipment, you make on-time pickups and deliveries, you're gonna be solid here. It's gonna be a good partnership. So, and that's what it is it's a partnership. So, Fuelbook app. Did you guys all download the Fuelbook app? It's pretty user-friendly, huh?
Yes.
Real
Yeah.
simple.
Good.
Simple.
So make sure that you guys utilize that when you're doing your trip planning. You can put your route in, or you can do it by zip code or whatever, but try to make good fuel buying decisions, because that fuel is our #1 expense. Tires are our second. So, we just need your help, especially during these uncertain times. You know, the last year and a half has been, just so up and down, you know, and you guys have been really great through all of it, and we appreciate everything that you guys do out there. So that's really all I have, Randy, today. I'm a little burned out, so,
It's been a long week.
yeah. And I already went through
Definitely been
most
a
of my
long week.
spiel. Yeah,
I had to go help out with a reefer driver had to take some personal time off for his wife, so I went out and picked up the one he was supposed to pick up in Pasco Thursday morning, right to here. So the guy could tell, the other guy could take it down and get it delivered, so we'll keep everything going.
yeah,
And he knows I'll do everything within reason.
yeah, good
Except
job.
for it comes to winter time, I won't touch Colorado, Wyoming, or Utah. Just Winter, winter time, I'll stick with my 5, cause that's what I feel comfortable with. When it comes to snow, I have one of those love-hate relationships with snow. Everybody does.
Everybody does, yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys, and thanks for listening to me ramble